Outcomes are very important, but we don't get hung up on the outcomes because I'm sort of an Eastern philosopher and we only control the process. We don't own the outcome, but we get hung up on the outcome. And so what we want is to make sure that all the processes are done right. Because sometimes in trauma, we have a saying, sometimes the bullet wins. If it hits certain things that I can't fix, then no process is going to save that person. But what we want to avoid is to have the bullet hitting something that I could fix and the process not work so that the person doesn't get here. And so we're getting ready to do outcomes research, and to do real good outcomes research, you have to have more outcomes, which means we have to get it in more cities doing it the same way that we're doing it so that we have more patients. But the key thing is that when a person is shot, we want to get them here as fast as possible. If we get them here as fast as possible with the trauma team ready, if the unfortunate outcome is that the person is no longer with us, we still did our best with the process to get them here as fast as possible. If they happen to live, which is the ultimate goal, that is good too. But the only thing that we controlled was the process of getting them here. The bullet might have hit the heart. The bullet might have hit the aorta, and I couldn't fix it because they bled too fast and too much. So that wouldn't mean that ShotSpotter in this instance, which what we're talking about, didn't work. It wouldn't mean that the interface between EMS, trauma, and police didn't work. It just meant that he hit something that we couldn't fix. But what we don't want to happen is to have the bullet hit something that we could fix and they spend too long in the field because no one knew they were shot, or spent too long in the field because the police didn't bring them in, spent too long in the field because EMS didn't bring them in and we weren't ready for them. That's what we want to avoid. So showing that it decreases time is just as important as showing that more lives are saved, because we don't control the outcome, we only control the process. Technology by itself doesn't accomplish anything. It's how technology is used and interfaced in the community is how you accomplish it. So if you put ShotSpotter into a community, but the trauma center and the police don't work together to figure out how to do scoop and run. If you put ShotSpotter in the community and EMS doesn't get access to it so they can get to the scene sooner, then nothing happens. If you put ShotSpotter in the community, the police don't work with the trauma center so that when they bring someone into the hospital, the trauma team isn't waiting, then ShotSpotter didn't accomplish anything. So it's a great technology that then when the police and the trauma center and EMS work together, you can accomplish many things, most importantly, decreasing the time and saving lives.